Hello and welcome. This is Mouse Gunner, and we're back with some more City Skylines, returning to Spin City, where every intersection is a roundabout. So, in the last video, I've been mostly just sitting on the confines of the city that I currently have, and just trying to address some of its problems. And traffic continues to be an ongoing problem, and that problem is focused predominantly in this particular intersection. Now, I did upgrade this street from a 4-lane road to a 6-lane road. And it does seem like it alleviated some of the problems, and it's possible if we do a similar upgrade to the rest of the streets that come into that intersection, that will alleviate the problem altogether. So it's worth a try, because the biggest problem is what we're having is only a couple of the lanes at times are being used, or maybe even just one, because there's cars being parked on the side of the street. Now, granted, we're not really seeing that so much in here, so that might not actually help. But like, as you can see here, there's cars parked on one lane, so only the other lane is being used. So it's possible that this upgrade will actually help. And it also does reduce noise levels when you use these streets with trees, which is another reason why I'm doing this, because there were noise complaints in some of these residences here, and maybe that will actually help. Although we already did have some trees here. Should we upgrade these streets here as well that feed in? I guess that wouldn't hurt. Now, obviously it costs money to do this, but it might be worth it in the end. So, alright, so I'm going to keep an eye on this. This is kind of a test bed to see how well upgrading an intersection like this helps. Now, we also have some problems with death services, but I recently put in a new cemetery, which actually increased coverage. But also, I think some of the death service problem is traffic situation, not necessarily the surface is failing, because the cemetery is, like, seriously right here, and the bodies are right here. So, we'll see. Maybe this will help, maybe it won't. It will take time for us to see for sure about that. And then while we wait on that, we'll be accumulating money, and the money will help us buy some things that I would like to buy, one of them being a university. And then I'll have pretty much most of the services I want, and then I'm more confident to expand the city. But even as though I have not actually built up the city any more than I have since the, like, 2 videos ago, I'm actually gaining population here, and that's because things are upgrading, because I'm putting in services that are making people happy. Alright, so the dead bodies are getting picked up. Now, this could be a combination of things. It could be traffic situation improving. It also could be just the fact that we put in more death services. But there we go. There's the last dead body picked up. Alright. So I'm going to be allowing time to pass here quite a bit. Sometimes you can't really tell necessarily whether a traffic situation has been fixed until you've allowed a decent amount of time to pass, because even if you make an upgrade and it seems like at first, oh, okay, this has fixed the problem. Not necessarily. So we have to wait and see. It could just be this day's traffic is better than another's day traffic. I'm still seeing quite a bit of backup here. Now, it's better than it was, but as we can see here, it's still bright red. Ooh, this building burned down. Huh. Do I not have good or adequate fire services over here? It seems like I do. Fire trucks got caught in traffic. I actually watched that happen. Okay, so I'm quite clearly I have a massive traffic issue here. The problem is what to do about it. Now, the issue, as far as I see, is caused by the farm areas that we have here. All of this is farmland. And we have highways for them to come out, right? We have a highway here, and we have a highway here. But the only real way for them to get into the rest of the city, let's say they wanted to ship something to a store. You know, it's a grocery store, they want milk. You know, whatever. the case may be. The only way they have to get into the city that's the most direct path is this roundabout. Now, they could go a longer way around. They could go out this way and out this way and out this way. But I can't trust the AI in the game to do that. I mean, even in real life, oftentimes it's wiser as a human being to go the long way around for a quicker journey rather than go the most direct path. But yet, human beings still do the shorter path even though they sit in traffic for a while. So clearly this intersection's a problem. Question is what to do about it. I could lower the number of intersections I have. Also, let's take a look at this. Alright, so problem number 1. Maybe there's too many intersections here. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 intersections, slowing down traffic. Now, this is something we've done in the past to alleviate these problems, is getting rid of intersections. I think that's the right call. We're going to get rid of this intersection. And as a result, we're going to have things get changed around as far as zoning. So I'm going to have to fix some of that. To fix that, I'm just going to go ahead, get rid of the zoning as it is. Let the stuff leave and then rezone it. And I'll also rezone all of this eventually as well. All right. We're just gonna wait and be patient. All right. I'll go ahead and rezone. There we have one area. Now, I also have stuff over here to rezone, but I'm not going to actually worry about that right now. All right, so again, keeping an eye on traffic, making sure this is not so bad. So right now, I've actually seen an improvement right away. There's no traffic backed up here or here, and we've actually got a bit that is not bright red, which is the first time that's happened. All right, well, we're going to keep an eye on things and just see how this develops. Still have traffic backed up here, but sometimes it takes time for these things. Now, I might have gone a little overboard there, and maybe having the street come off out this way wasn't too bad as long as it didn't connect. And that might be true, and maybe I did go a little overboard, because I do want to still use the space in here, obviously. Let's say we do that. Oh, and I can afford my college, so let's go ahead and go to that. So we've got university, which we have none. All right, what do we get the most coverage, and I mean, where do we get the most coverage? All right, we can place it there. Right across from the hospital. Hey, that makes sense. Hospital and university right next to each other. It's a, you have that sometimes. Okay. I think that's good placement. It covers all the city. Perfect. Makes everybody happy. And maybe I'll get rid of some of our education problems. I do have some places I need to bulldoze. Like that. I also, I'll take a look here. Okay, I thought we had some zoning issues. Was there another area I had to bulldoze? Okay, not that I can see. Alright, well, that makes me happy. I get the university in there, and we're trying to fix traffic issues. I think it's always important to do these kind of things before you let your city expand too much, because the more you expand, the worse these problems are going to get. Or building is burned down. So again, fire services are not getting where they need to get because traffic's too bad. And I'm seeing this has not really been fixed. which is bad, obviously. Alright, I'm trying to mull over in my brain what I need to do here. I could try and connect this farmland over here. I think that would be probably an extraordinarily bad idea, because this area is not meant to take on heavy traffic. At the same hand, though, what's the worst that can happen? I connect these two things, and I lose a little bit of zonable land, maybe? Or it doesn't work and I have to undo it. Alright, I did it. I'm gonna regret that. I just know I am. Alright. I'm gonna give it time. Keep an eye on this intersection. This is bad, I think. What we're seeing here. Oh yeah, that's just a breakdown right there. Can't have that. Alright. Just gonna have to be patient though, because traffic's gonna be rerouting because of the new route we put in. I'm gonna have to watch. So there is a little bit of strain over here, but it's possible we've actually done ourselves a service with that. I think the problem is that just too much relies upon this intersection. I think the next move is to cut this intersection. And again, limit how many connections we have. So, boop, get rid of that. And we're going to have zoning things that we're going to have to fix. So, de-zone all that. I'll go ahead and also de-zone this. Alright, remaining patient, seeing if traffic gets better. Looks like it's worked immediately. But I'm not going to fool myself here. I'm going to watch and see what happens. Because it's quite possible I haven't really solved anything. Let's just watch traffic. Much better. Much better. Alright, so I've learned a lesson here. The lesson is roundabouts can only take so many intersections. If they're a major linchpin like this, they can only take so many intersections before it gets ground down to a halt. The more intersections I have, the worse the traffic's going to be. A little bit of red like this, as long as it doesn't grind traffic down to a halt, I'm okay with. But this intersection was terrible, and that I couldn't continue with that. Alright, much better, much better. Alright, I'm happy to see that. Sometimes figuring out traffic is a big part of this, this game. It's one of the more satisfying parts of the game as well, in my opinion. Alright, so I want to take a look at another issue we have, which is noise. This farmland produces a lot of noise. Now, there's a number of things we can do to mitigate it. First off, we can use these roads here with the trees. We've already done that to some extent. But another thing that we can do is we can, and for instance, I can upgrade these guys right here to also have those trees. But another thing I can do to help mitigate the noise, and we're going to have noise in a lot of different areas. But another thing I can do to help mitigate the noise is upgraded highway. So the roundabouts are probably going to be noisy. Highway with sound barriers, that helps. So let's try this out here. I'm going to go ahead and upgrade this roundabout. I already see that's making people happy. That's good. All right. So we know that noise is a problem in this neighborhood. Right there, right? Let's watch what happens. We already have the streets nearby upgraded to have noise reduction. So let's see what that upgrade does for us, noise-wise. Yeah, see that? That's what we want to see. Oop, we got an abandoned building over here. I'm going to assume workers is a problem. I'm going to have to start expanding my city, but as we can see, that helped quite a bit. And then we also have all of these side streets that we can upgrade, right? So let's upgrade these to have the trees. And I'll also go ahead and upgrade this roundabout here. I have to be careful with my clicks here, make sure I'm not clicking any of the other streets. Okay, we've done that. Now let's watch the noise level. Got a little bit of noise here. Oop, 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 oop. Yeah, see, pretty dramatic. That's good stuff. All right. And I figure we might as well do that to all of our roundabouts. So I'm going to let time tick while we do this. I'm going to just have it go by on a slow crawl. Maybe that speed would be okay. We'll just go ahead and upgrade a lot of these roundabouts. And when we notice something like that, we'll also address that. Trying to get these sound barriers going. Should improve the quality of life for everybody. Oh, crap. Forgot all about... Whoops. This was supposed to be a one-way. My bad. I'm gonna have to rezone that crap. How easy it is to forget. Go ahead and just dezone that, though, because I think that was not quite what we wanted. I apologize, farmland, for messing you up. Okay. Back on task here. That should do it. Alright, looking good. And while I'm doing this, of course, I'm accumulating money, which makes me happy. We might even be able to get that prison in here. Should be lovely. Now, I'm not going to upgrade every single street and road at the moment, but I think the roundabouts are important to upgrade, because they do improve quality of life for the houses in the area. Nobody really over here, but I don't see a reason why not to upgrade. Now, shops and things, they don't really care about the noise level, but I don't care. I'm going to bring that stuff down anyway. Okay, we got another issue with building needing knocked down. Okay. This needs upgraded. There we go. Ah, that's not what I wanted to have happen. That's where I've got to be careful where I click. So we want that. Sorry about that, guys. See if we can rezone that quickly. You know what? I'm going to let it dezone. Because it's possible, with at least that chunk, that we could zone it better than it's currently been zoned. I'll go ahead, so we don't lose this bit. I'll let that go, but then I'd like to rezone the other bit. Matter of fact, why don't we just do this? It makes everything a little bit faster. There. Okay. Hopefully that rezones a little bit better. Okay, now let's click a little bit more precisely with our placement here. Very easy to miss. I'm not very careful because it sometimes just wants to go down those side streets. I'm not careful. It's also possible I've missed spots here and there, because sometimes the area you're upgrading is pretty tiny. And then we've got Stonehenge here. Alright, that looks like we've upgraded pretty much all of them. Oh, we got power issues? What happened there? According to this, we don't have power issues. I'm generating more than enough electricity. So it's possible I cut something. Not that I see, though. Why do we have power outages? Power should be coming through fine. Ah! I see. What happened here? Is it because I dezoned industry somewhere? That might fix it. Of course, I have to wait for it to come in. There isn't a huge amount of demand, so you know what? I'm probably just going to have to make a temporary fix here. Like that. That'll do. For now. Kind of surprised that happened. Alright. Well, hopefully that industry comes in eventually and fix that problem. Okay, where were we? Yeah, everything's nice and upgraded. Okay, let's go ahead and get into build mode. So I would like to expand down here. And to do that, I'm going to need roads. I guess we might as well have time go as well. And I'm going to want these type of roads. We'll just go ahead and upgrade these guys right away. I'll upgrade this too while I'm at it. Okay. So the game plan here, I think, if I remember, was to put a roundabout here that connected to the highway. And then have these three things all come in to that central roundabout. And we'll make it a nice large roundabout. So just to make things easier on me, I'll just go ahead and use the large roundabout template. And I'll put it in a way that looks like it's going to line up. I'll also bring it, not touching the highway, but as close as I can get without touching it. So let's say about, well, maybe I don't want it quite that close. There we go. That's probably good. Right about there. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and bulldoze that for sure, as well as that and that. And then come back over here, and we'll upgrade that. And we get a straight line, draw that to that, perfect. Okay, so we have that first connection. Now I'm going to want, again, I have to remember to run time. Okay, we'll do something like that. And something like that is kind of what I'm looking at for. I'm going to knock out electricity a little bit, but it's alright. We'll figure it out. And you are going to do something similar. Come on down here. And curve on in there. Yeah, I guess that will work. There'll be an intersection, then I'll do a highway connection probably. Eventually. It doesn't need to happen right now. And the power issue may not actually be an issue, because I probably have enough power generation that I don't need these guys to be hooked up at the moment. So what I'm going to do is just bulldoze these power lines. And then what I'm going to do is grab water. Not bulldoze anything. We're going to grab water. There we go. That's what I want. Bring that on down. I guess I might as well do these connections while I'm at it. Now, I haven't quite decided, but I think I would like to maybe do like a loop here for residential. And a loop here for residential. But I'm not positive yet. I haven't really decided 100%. I don't want to do any connections to this, though, if I can avoid it. Although, it wouldn't be the end of the world. I could just do a connection from here to here. Alternatively, I could do nothing and just leave this space open. Either one would work. Alright. Now that we have that hooked up, let's go ahead to zoning. And I would like to get some homes built in here. So let's say we zone this, this, and this. And I have a game plan here. These guys should be fine with power because they'll be hooked up to the power over here. So as these guys move in, our power connection should be brought over, which it has indeed done so. So now I can do this. And we'll just walk the power on up until we have a connection. Oh, and speaking of that, didn't I have somewhere where I was going to rezone? Over here somewhere? No, I already did it. Okay, good. It's possible I missed zoning somewhere earlier when I was changing things around. Also, how's my traffic doing? A little slow here. Very bad here. That might be easy to fix, though. First off, this intersection here is totally unnecessary. But one thing I could do is just eliminate this connection right here. Alternatively, I could knock out this connection. Because that's where most of the backup is. And then what that would do is it'd force the traffic somewhere else. But it also alleviates stress on here. Yeah, let's do that. There's nothing on here, so there's no real consequence to that. Other than we lost the money for the connection in the first place. That does mean that we don't have many connections to the highway that is very direct, which might put undue stress on here and here. We'll have to see. But I don't like seeing backed up traffic. And I could always do a diagonal connection, like here to here. I mean, it's not the end of the world, so we'll keep an eye on that. We'll figure things out. But there's not much development over here, so I don't think it's really that big of a deal. Okay. Let's, demand for workers is really high, but we're trying to address it. I'm bringing the power on over. And I know I can buy new land. Thank you. Alright. Well, hopefully power will get over here soon. And then we'll be pretty much golden. We're losing farms. It's bad, obviously. Trying to bring the residences up, though, guys. Just be patient. Alright, well, in any case, I think this is a good point. We're cutting the video. And there we go. There's our power connection. We don't have that ugly power line coming into my city and limiting where I can zone. So I'm pretty happy with the city. I think we fixed a lot of the problems with traffic. And it's just something we're going to have to play by ear. As I said, we could get a diagonal connection from here to here. I would see that would give us another way on and off the highway. I am concerned a little bit about overstressing this area. Because that is a pretty stressed area. It might have been wrong to break this connection. And maybe I should have broken this connection instead, because that would alleviate traffic problems for both areas. Not only here, which has problems with traffic, but also here, and then we reconnect over here. That could be a good solution. But yeah, I'm quite clearly seeing a problem here that I'm probably going to want to address in the near future. In any case, I hope you guys have enjoyed the video. This is Mouse Gunner, signing out.